everybody. It's Spiritmas Day 2, and it's your girl T from Adventures of Spirit, and I am back with another taste review. Today, we are tasting Nelson's Greenbrier Tennessee handmade sour mash whiskey. That was a mouthful, y'all. That was a mouthful. But this is actually a new bottle that I actually obtained when I was bourbon hunting. And in the actual package store, usually on certain days of the week or the weekend, they usually have a company that's in there that is featuring their spirit there, so everybody to taste. And I actually found this in one of the package stores, and the lady was like, "Hey, would you like a taste?" I'm like thinking, "Hey, I'm bourbon hunting. Let me see what it is. It's bourbon, right?" Well, this one is it is bourbon, but this is from Tennessee. This is Tennessee, and it is a sour match. And I figured I liked it. I did taste it, but it was just like a little taste. They only give you like maybe a quarter of an ounce. They don't give you a whole ounce. They're not allowed to give you full pours there in the liquor store. Um, However, this one here was actually pretty good. This one here again is Green Brier, Nelson's Green Brier, and this is basically a person. So this is actually from a family-based whiskey maker. And this one says it's a handmade sour mash. So what is a sour mash, right? So a sour mash is basically, think of it as like bread, basically. And sour mash is basically how the actual whiskey is made. Okay. So it's actually made from leftovers of yeast from previous batches. Okay. So as we all know, you make sourdough bread and so forth. It actually the yeast and the I can never pronounce the actual bacteria is lactobacilli, I think it's called. Please don't quote me on that, but it's along those lines. But basically, both of those they basically help the bread rise. So as we all know, along with sour mash, we're looking at usually it includes barley, rye, and corn. Okay, and it usually includes all three, and it actually gives it a more sweeter taste when you have using the leftover yeast in the batch from previous yeast and the actual, oh my gosh, I'm just tongue tied today. um Basically using the leftover method, it basically makes it a lot more sweeter. And so with the sour mash, you will notice that the flavor will be, your palate will be a little different than something that is non-sour mash. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. Now I haven't tasted it in a while. I actually purchased this bottle maybe about, I say maybe back in May or June, if I'm not mistaken. And right now we're in December, so that's how long it has been since I've tasted it. So let's see if I actually still enjoy it. So first, let's go ahead and hit this nose. Now, in terms of the nose is still the same as a usual, whiskey, bourbon. However, it does have, it doesn't give off much of a sweeter, nose. I don't smell anything sweeter. I actually smell something sweeter more in the bottled and bond that I tried yesterday. Um, However, for day one, but for this one, it's nothing unusual about it. It's the same as you would normally smell. You smell your usual, your oak, your caramel, or your honey, or your uh, um, toffee, brown sugar, however you want to, whatever your nose is telling you that it is. And of course, I smell some of the char, but other than that, nothing out of the ordinary. But let's see if it was the flavor that got my attention. Yes, it was. Now, one thing I can tell you what I liked about it now that I've retasted this. Everything that I smell, I taste, but it does have a slightly sweeter taste to it, but it didn't smell like it would be sweeter. Second thing is it's actually 91 proof. Okay. So I actually expected this maybe to be a little warmer than what it is. The warmth on this one really is more like an 80 proof. That's what it reminds me of. Something that's less than a 90 proof. Um, so it's very easy to drink. Like this one would be very good for someone who's maybe just venturing into whiskey. And they really don't want to have that big of a burn, that warm feeling. So this would be a good one to choose for there. Now, in terms of the palate, it's not as I would say it's not as velvety as maybe some of the more aged ones. This one here, I don't think it said how long this one was. Let me see if it has how long it's been aged on here. No, it doesn't have it on here. I was looking at it beforehand, but I didn't see anything. I was just looking again to see if I missed anything, but it doesn't say the age, but it's very light. It's not that warm. It's very flavorful. Okay, so it does hit you on your palate, usually towards the middle and towards the back and the sides of your palate. There's no warmth going down. In terms of whether you maybe want to, I don't know, some people might want to mix it with something. I don't think you need that. With this one, this is one I would say neat. If you still feel that it's too warm, you can always just add a drop or two of water in there instead of putting ice, because ice would just really dilute it. And since it already isn't as warm as I thought it would be, that would to me would just mess it up if you just over dilute this and put a whole cube of ice in there. But hey, drink it the way you want to drink it. Okay. But other than that, in terms of the finish, the finish is more of a short to medium finish. It doesn't really last long in terms of the flavor. I'm going to try it one more time to see if something different happens that I didn't notice the first time. Oh, everything's the same. Very smooth, very easy to drink. It's a real good sipping one. This is a real good sipping one, definitely. Definitely something I would keep on my bar. Um, the price was, I believe it was in the 20s. So like in the mid 20s, if I remember correctly. It's been a few months ago. But I know it was less than $30, but it was more than $23. So it's somewhere between 23 and 30 and $29. Um, very reasonably priced. A nice size bottle, definitely something to try. However, if you like tasting such as this and you want to continue to see my Spiritmas throughout this month, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And if you're interested and you would like to join me in some of these tastings where you can receive the actual samples to your home, please join me. Join the membership. There's a certain level of the membership, but I promise you is within reason. And I love to share the tastings with others and get your viewpoint on what it actually tastes like. But anyway, you have a lovely evening and you have a good Spiritmas. Spiritmas Day 2 is actually coming to a close. Day 3 tomorrow.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from trade. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still need us.